Good morning, 9 a.m. on this Tuesday, 46 degrees. Patrick's up on the roof right now to start Daybreak Plus here on WGRZ Plus. Pretty nice outside, Patrick.
Yeah,
everyone needs to get out and enjoy it today, right?
Yeah, just cloudy, very tame today, although it's going to get wet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the rain is coming.
When is it coming?
I would say probably 1, 2 o'clock this afternoon, maybe a little earlier. And it will be here kind of a damp afternoon, Melissa.
Like all day rain?
Yeah, kind of an all day light rain, maybe a quarter of an inch, maybe a third of an inch. You'll see it here on radar approaching from the southwest. Good morning, everyone. Rain is the story today, and then we'll take the, here, there we go. There we go. There's the rain. Tomorrow it'll be rain showers and gusty winds. So clearly you see an area of rain moving through Cleveland, and it will be here. You know, I said 1 o'clock, maybe closer to noon, eyeballing it with the periods of rain. And here is your afternoon. Speaking of which, this is a 4 o'clock snapshot. Temperatures right around 50 with the rain. Now tomorrow morning, joining us on Daybreak, it'll be mild, near 50. Scattered showers around, then notice in the afternoon it starts getting colder and that lake effect snow begins to set up, and some of that could be heavy over the city during the evening tomorrow. Coming up later on, we're going to go through Future Look once again to time out that heavy snow and the poor travel where that could occur on Thanksgiving itself. For temperatures, again, 50s, then we're down into the 30s. We do have a weather impact alert for Thursday. Friday for the southern tier. Saturday, maybe some snow showers, and then another system, Melissa, for Sunday into Monday, some rain and snow showers could be heading our way. But yeah, this is not a massive storm, but people are traveling Thursday morning. And, you know, some people are going to wake up, they're going to look out the window, and it's just white. That heavy snow will be just south of the city Thanksgiving morning.
Right, snow, but the blowing of the snow will be more of an issue on Thursday. And then, as you said, Sunday into Monday, a lot of folks are heading to the Bills game on Sunday, and they're going to have to drive back from Pittsburgh on Sunday night or possibly Monday, and that could be tricky. You know, the other thing that I was thinking about, remember, Patrick, we were saying, when do the kids have off from school?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's Thursday and Friday, but what about tomorrow? I was checking because Elliot was complaining, I'm the only one who has to go to school in the Amherst School District. Most districts actually do have off tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Williamsville, Amherst, they have to go, but I was checking around, a lot of them do have off. So tomorrow, is it going to be nice enough for the kids to go play outside at all, or is it just going to be rainy and windy all day also tomorrow?
Well, there's another way to look at this. This is a missed snow day.
Well,
had this been, it's on a holiday, right?
On Thursday, you mean?
On Thursday.
Yeah.
Sorry, kids. Could have been a snow day.
Right.
Anyway, tomorrow's going to be, if they are at home, periods of rain, gusty winds, and then tomorrow evening, though, that's when the lake effect snow starts to hit. Tomorrow's travel, not so bad. It's just going to be a little damp at time and getting a little gusty. But, oh, man, I didn't think about that. The kids are way, if you're going to snow, make it on a Monday.
Feel like they were, that they lost one.
Okay.
All right, Patrick, come on down. We'll get to the news right now, and we'll talk more weather later. Yeah, the Public Works Commissioners for Erie County and Chautauqua County say that their trucks are ready to go. They've got plenty of salt in storage, and the snow removal crews are ready for whatever weather comes our way later this week. Unfortunately, those crews are going to have to work on a holiday, it seems. In Chautauqua County, they've got 30 trucks ready to run the plowing routes, and Erie County has about 40 trucks ready to go.
We always keep a close eye on Abbott Road. That's one of our north-south corridors. We have Springville-Boston, which leads into that. And typically, if something happens with the 219, the 400, and some of the other, even the 90, we know a lot of that traffic ends up on our thoroughfares, on the county roads.
Between Fredonia and Falconer up on the hill and Ellery Center up that way, up in Arkwright, up in the hills up in there, we get a little bit more up that way. And then you get over towards Sherman, and I think Sherman and over that way is probably the snow mecca of the county.
Meanwhile, the overnight parking ban in East Aurora is now in effect. Police say that any cars parked on the road will be handed warning tickets until tomorrow, and then starting tomorrow, those real tickets will be given. Starting on Thursday, actually. The ban prohibits cars and other vehicles from parking on village roads from 2 a.m. until 7 a.m. And with Thanksgiving now just 2 days away, we are on your side, keeping a close eye on the forecast and how it might impact your holiday plans. So join us this afternoon as Storm Team 2 gets you ready for the holiday week ahead. We'll cover what's expected day by day here in Western New York and what parts of Western New York are expected to get how much snow, as well as other travel destinations as well. So tune in to Storm Team 2 Winter Weather Impact. That's live at 2:30 today, where you're watching us right now on WGRZ Plus. Also developing this morning, a man from Florida is charged with killing his two brothers in Allegheny County over the weekend. According to investigators, all three men were staying at a hunting cabin when they started fighting. And one of them called 911, but when state troopers got there, they found 70-year-old Mark Thompson and 69-year-old David Thompson dead. State police tell us it all unfolded on Botsford Hollow Road in the town of Allen, which is just south of Letchworth State Park. It all happened just after 10 o'clock Sunday night. Their brother, 65-year-old Scott Thompson, is accused of shooting both of them before driving off in David's car. And police found him about an hour after they found the victims in the cabin.
We know it was a few days, but outside of that, we don't know what was the argument about. A lot of people think holidays are coming, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and everyone's happy-go-lucky, you know, in the holiday cheer. But unfortunately, in law enforcement, what we see a lot of domestic disputes, a lot of issues with families around Thanksgiving and around Christmas that tend to be the busier times of year for law enforcement, which is unfortunate. And you look at this, going into the holiday season, we have a loss of life, not only one person, but two, all in the same family.
New York State Police believe that alcohol was a factor in the shooting. Scott Thompson is charged with 2 counts of murder and criminal use of a firearm. He's being held in custody ahead of his arraignment. Take a look at these photos showing thousands of dollars in damages to 6 cars in North Tonawanda. The police department says all of the damage can be traced back to 2 teenage boys. Early Sunday morning, officers saw a Hyundai Sonata on Webster Street. They say the Sonata hit 4 parked vehicles and 2 others before it eventually stopped working. And that's when the 14-year-old driver allegedly ran off. A 17-year-old was in the passenger seat with some serious injuries to his lower body. Both of them were eventually taken into custody and then taken to the hospital for treatment. Police say the Sonata was stolen out of Kenmore. Well, we're getting more details on that deadly incident on Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga, and police are still actively investigating it this morning. If you remember, there were reports of a pedestrian who was hit by a car, and the driver may have fired shots from that car as well. Here's what we have been able to confirm so far. Police arrived on the scene on Sunday and found 32-year-old Alexis Navaroli in the road. Investigators arrived and found a heavily damaged car that was inoperable. 37-year-old Gary Green Jr. is the man accused of killing Navaroli. We still can't confirm if the two actually knew each other. He's also being accused of carjacking someone shortly after. And police were able to arrest him in Buffalo after a brief chase. And take a look at this. This is Walden near Gualbert Avenue and Ridge Park Avenue from earlier this morning. Police had it blocked off because they were recreating the scene of where Navaroli died. The road is now back open. But as you can imagine, people in Cheektowaga are shaken by everything that unfolded. And 2 on Your Side spoke with the business owner who says she's not used to seeing things like this happening.
This is crazy because this is never something that I've ever experienced over here on Walden before. We've been here for like 3 years, and it's a really great neighborhood, a very nice neighborhood. The people who live around here, they're really friendly, supportive. So seeing that happened last night, you know, I'm really, really sorry. My condolences to the family and friends of the lady who lost her life.
And right now, Green is facing charges of second-degree murder and first-degree robbery. More charges could be added if convicted. Green faces 25 years to life in prison. We have new information this morning about the number of personal seat licenses, PSLs, that have been sold for the new Bills Stadium. 2 on Your Side's Rob Hackford joins us live in the newsroom this morning. And Rob, the window's really closing fast if you haven't scooped up a PSL already, right?
Yeah, Melissa, according to this latest report filed with the state, just 10% of these seat licenses remain, so 90% have been sold, raising questions about what single game tickets will remain when the new stadium opens. The stadium has a total capacity of about 60,000. The Bills have reserved seats for opposing fans, suites, and marketing. So that leaves 54,628 for those PSLs. And according to this latest report, the team has already sold 48,620 of those licenses. The team hasn't released details about single game tickets or standing room sales, leaving many to wonder what will be left for people who don't have a seat license beyond the secondary market. As an NFL advisor and industry expert, Mark Gannis told us, across the league, most tickets are already purchased, though, on the secondary market.
90+% of all NFL tickets are sold via season tickets, whether they have PSLs or not. And so the way fans generally are able to buy individual game tickets are to go to the secondary ticket sites and buy tickets for that particular game. There are always tickets available. Part of the question is it at the price point that somebody wants to pay?
And no one from the Bills organization has responded to our requests for information about single game or standing room tickets quite yet. Gannis expects prices to be high. You don't have to be an expert to know that. Tickets also will be a hot commodity, he says, for the first couple of years, which is pretty typical. He also adds, if you want a better price, you might have to be a bit patient. As for construction of the new stadium, things are progressing. About 89% of the exterior is all taken care of now, but heading into winter, progress remains about 11% behind. Melissa?
I can see a lot of members of Bills Mafia pretty frustrated that we've got this big, beautiful stadium that taxpayer money has contributed to, and you can't get in there if you don't have a PSL or if you're not willing to shell out a lot of money for folks who are going to be putting up those tickets on the secondary market for higher than face value because they're trying to get some of their money back. It could be frustrating in years to come.
Indeed, yeah, something to keep an eye on. We'll see how StubHub, Ticketmaster, those resale sites end up dealing with this, especially. I'm sure that'll be a story in the coming years as well.
Certainly will. All right, Rob Hackford reporting live for us this morning. Thank you. Today, the Elam Christian Fellowship Church will say goodbye to its late pastor. Reverend T. Anthony Bronner died earlier this month at the age of 62. And last night, the congregation gathered to celebrate the man who founded the fellowship back in 1999. Reverend Bronner also founded the Turning the World Upside Down Covenant Fellowship, a network of ministries that reaches across the United States. Thousands of people who came to the Reverend's public viewing reflected on the legacy he leaves behind.
He has been instrumental not only in the development of his local church, but in the development of a nation. He is a community person. He's been a community activist. He's been intricately involved in rebuilding the Central Park neighborhood. And he has been an academician, a professor, a theologian, and a tremendous, tremendous gift to the body of Christ. This is the energy that T. Anthony Bronner brought in life. And now it is a wonderful thing to see that in his transition, people are coming to say thank you.
And funeral services for Bishop Bronner will be held at 11 o'clock this morning. Stay with us. We've got a lot more news and weather coming up right after the break. Welcome back. The Bills are preparing for the Pittsburgh Steelers this Sunday.
Big game. Oh.
Every game is a big game now. They're coming off a really tough loss to the Texans, and now everyone's just trying to point fingers at who's to blame. Our Channel 2 sports team takes a closer look.
John Scott here with Vic Carucci. We had a little extra time over the weekend with our time free after the Bills with a pretty poor showing Thursday Night Football at the Texans here. As we look forward here, I think we watched a lot of football. We got a good look at the conference, and we now have a good enough sample size to say, is it based on what you saw from the Bills or everyone else? Are they a playoff team?
Well, I think the basic reason why this Bills team remains a playoff team is the guy who just threw the ball to Dalton Kincaid, right? And I think Josh Allen is the number one factor, but it's not long thereafter that I look at the rest of the conference and see very beatable teams and winnable games for the Bills to A, get into the playoffs, and B, do something in the playoffs. John, I mean, even the Patriots, I know they're far ahead in terms of the division. I'll give up the conversation there for Buffalo to win a sixth straight AFC East title. However, I wouldn't give up on the idea that if they had to go to Foxborough, they could win that game. It's, you know, we saw what they did earlier. We're going to see them play again, and that one will be in Foxborough in the regular season. But yeah, I think they hold up well against all of the rest of the cup too.
That includes the Pittsburgh Steelers, who they go travel to face this upcoming Sunday. But because they're not necessarily at the top like we're used to, conversations have come for pointing the finger at to why.
Right.
Brandon Beane, I think, is a reasonable place to go for why this team is where they are at this point in the year.
I think it's the obvious conversation about the lack of receiver talent that they have, the problems that have been there, the frustrations it has caused, including for Josh Allen, and mostly for the Bills fan base that just doesn't see the ability to have the firepower, look like a juggernaut, because Josh isn't looking like one because he doesn't have the receivers to do so. Sure, a lot of that is on him. However, I do think that people don't account for the salary cap, how this payroll is structured, paying that quarterback what they have to pay him, paying other players what they're getting paid. And that guy has to worry a lot more about that than anyone else. He has to worry about all of that. And the rest of the people kind of look at it like they look at fantasy football. Hey, just plug and play people, move them in and out. It doesn't work that way.
Injuries are not an excuse, but they are a reality. That is also something to where you're criticizing maybe who's out on the field. Just remember, they're second, third, maybe even at times fourth stringers initially. Sean McDermott, another one who always is a lightning rod for criticism. He's the head coach. It comes with the territory. I actually think you can be critical of maybe the defensive scheme, but I don't really put as much blame on McDermott as I do Beane.
No, well, I definitely don't think he's a problem for this football team. People want to point in that direction. And I've heard, not just nationally, but, you know, a lot of locally and social media, you got to fire Sean McDermott, got to move on from him. I have news for those who feel that way. He's getting his next job within, I'm going to say, 5 seconds after if the Bills parted ways with him. He is the quickest hire of any coach. This would be Andy Reid Part 2 from Philly to Kansas City. So I don't see that happening. I certainly don't see Terry Pegula being quick on the trigger or on the trigger at all for such moves.
It's not that long ago. People wanted Brian Daboll to replace Sean McDermott, and he didn't even last more than 4 years with the New York Giants. With Vic Carucci, I'm John Scott for Channel 2 Sports.
What do you think the spread is?
I heard it's at 4.
It's between 3.5 and 4.5 for the Bills as favorite.
That's really, I mean, that kind of surprises me. I don't know. It's away. You got Aaron Rodgers back. This is a must-win for the Steelers too. So,
NFL Power Rankings. Where do you think the Bills are?
I don't know. No
Guess?
idea. No idea.
No guess? It depends on which ones you're looking at, but the NFL Power Rankings has the Bills at
10.
12.
Wow. 12.
The Patriots are 3.
Oh my God, that's the real estate we used to own.
I know.
Earlier.
Right, when we're looking at that, are the Bills a playoff team? Earlier in the season, we were asking, are the Bills a Super Bowl team?
Or where are you planning your Super Bowl party? Right. Do you remember when do you remember Hard Knocks?
We're like, there's no problem.
When they interviewed Josh Allen, tell me what your thoughts are going to be. I remember when Kyle Brandt came out here from the NFL Network.
He's got the parade planned out.
Where do you want to put the...
He knows what he's going to say.
Right.
It hurts so badly being a Bills fan.
It is.
I mean, 17 years of not making the playoffs is one thing, and now it's like there's a Josh Allen again. There's potential. There's hope.
And there still is. There's still. I'm sorry.
It's
only 7-4 the record. And guess what? Josh Allen's only turning 30. If it's not this year, maybe that. The problem is that the cap space.
I hate that is the window closing question.
Or are we wasting Josh in his prime? I mean, it did happen.
Another legit question.
Happened to other quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You know. Okay. Move on.
What is the talk around every Thanksgiving table in Buffalo going to be this year?
Oh, my goodness.
It could have been so much happier.
Yes.
And now it's just going to be like, wah-wah.
Yeah.
It's snowing, blizzard-like conditions, a Bills team that you don't even know if they're going to make the playoffs. Bet there will be lots of wine poured around the Thanksgiving tables this year.
Yeah, this is going to, you know, I remember,
as Jimmy Griffin would say, grab a six-pack.
Do you remember the Thanksgiving game in 2019 when the Bills beat the Cowboys? And that was again 2019, which is the year that they weren't quite a contender yet, but it's the year that you thought, okay, we have something special.
Yeah.
We have, this is, Yeah. So yeah, and Josh was out there eating the turkey leg.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Okay.
All right. So the game is on Sunday. It's a
At 4:25, right?
We need to get some of our players back.
Yeah.
Whether it's Dalton Kincaid and Tommy Spencer. Tommy Spencer, that's my friend of mine.
Hello, Tommy.
Spencer Brown.
Yeah.
And other defensive players. So.
Yeah, this mini bye week, maybe people, maybe some of the players healed up a little bit.
When do we start getting injury reports and all that? Today's Tuesday, so it's probably tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. We'll all be waiting for that and crossing our fingers. All right, stay with us. We will talk more coming up after the break. We're going to talk more weather, too, because that's really what everyone cares about right now. So stay with us. Have you heard about this one? A rare copy of Superman #1, the comic book from 1939, sold at auction for more than $9 million.
Wow.
And get this, 3 brothers found it while they were cleaning out their late mother's attic in San Francisco.
Really?
They say that they found the issue along with other rare comics in a box under layers of old newspapers. It's believed to be the most expensive comic book ever sold. It's also believed that there are fewer than 500 original copies of Superman #1 left in existence.
I wonder how they verified it.
Comic book people can do that. But apparently the mom said to the boys at one point, I've got some comic books laying around somewhere. You might want to find them. Or maybe you'll find them. And they had no idea what they were going to find.
Wow.
That's why I love watching Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah, you just find
I am addicted to that show. And like, you find something and you think it's worth $9 million, or you find something and it's only $9, and then you find something that you think is only $9 and it's worth $9 million. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Were you ever into comics?
No. I mean, Superman, yeah, but I wasn't. No, but I'm certainly impressed by that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Elliot collects baseball cards now, and he wants to look up every one online to see what they're worth. But there's no way of actually knowing, and it based on like the tiniest little scratch or if the corner is, whatever, and then you see that someone's trying to sell it this much, but it's not really. Have
you ever had anything that you've heard or thought could be of tremendous value?
Nope.
Okay. I inherited from my mother an Eames chair. Do you know what an Eames chair is?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's a kind of a chair, a lounger chair that was very Art Deco.
Yeah.
But originals are they're really valuable. And my mom had somehow had one. But then, there was like a blemish on it. So if it was like in pristine condition, it would have been huge value.
Sure.
But and by the way, it was like I had it like in front of the TV in the fridge. Like it was not.
Yeah.
It was this beautiful furniture item that was like in my apartment and just in my 20s.
It's fun watching people do estate sales too, and go and they appear to know what they're looking for, and like looking to see if that lamp is a knockoff or if it's really a Tiffany lamp.
Right.
And I just think it's fun. I like watching it. But it's up $9 million. And what does that one person do?
I know.
First of all, how do they have $9 million to buy a
and
comic?
then
what
they
does
put
one
it in
do?
a case, and then they sit there and go, okay, now I have it.
And they hope that when their kid or their grandkid gets it one day, it'll be worth even more. But what if the value drops? That's the other thing fun about Antique Roadshow is sometimes they'll show an episode from like 2018, and they'll show what that value was, but then they'll say what the current value is, and either it's going up or it's going down.
Wow.
So you just never know.
Never know.
Okay, Thanksgiving just a few days away, and lots of runners are heading to the YMCA to pick up their packets for the turkey trot. Packet pickup started yesterday, continues today and tomorrow. But with this blast of winter weather that's on the way, our Natalie Foss went to Amherst yesterday at the YMCA to talk to some of the runners about how it's going to affect them.
Well, it's looking like it is definitely going to be a wintry turkey trot this year, and we're a few days out. Runners are fast preparing, and here's what they have to say about the weather.
I don't look at the weather because I've done it 30 years in a row, and I'm not going to cancel. Not a big deal to me.
For many runners like Tom Draws, they've done the Buffalo Turkey Trot, rain, shine, sleet, or snow. It's more than just a run. It's a tradition. This is the 130th year, and the trot raises money for YMCA Buffalo Niagara. At Packet Pickup this morning, there was plenty of shopping available for both practical running attire and some costumes as well. For Samantha Snyder, her tradition has been passed down, and the weather won't stop her.
I'd rather snow than the rain. We've done it for, I don't know, like 10 years now. My daughter does it. She's been doing it since she's probably 2. It shows up as a turkey. It's super cute. It's lots of fun. Wouldn't miss it.
Don't let the weather stop you from having the best costume. I'm going to be judging the costume contest this year at the Turkey Trot, so make sure you go all out, and I can't wait to see what you're wearing. But for now, on your side in Amherst, Natalie Foss, Channel 2 News.
I love the costumes too, and the traditional ones that we see every year, like the centipede, the family or friends running all together, and the guy with the canoe.
That is the classic.
I can barely do the 8K.
I know, that's a. Is it one guy or is it a couple guys carrying it?
I'm not quite sure because I always just see one guy under it, but I don't know whether they change from guy to guy. But it's a full size.
I think it's
canoe.
two guys carrying it. It's got to be. Canoes are heavy, yeah. And Chewbacca, he'll come by.
Yeah. So you'll be running by Channel 2. Make sure that you come out, or as you pass Channel 2, you wave, and we'll have some crews out there with our photographers out there. But it's always a great event. Rain or shine, wind, sleet, or snow.
Shine, right.
Stay with us tomorrow, though, for all of your weather coverage and the weather show at 2:30 today, right here on WGRZ Plus.